So you've been blogging for a long time and you want to show up at the top of search engines. Should you touch your content and modify it? And if so, how do you approach it? This is a great question. Now, the simplest answer is if it isn't broke, don't fix it. What do I mean by that? Is go into analytics and see what's performing. If it's performing well, leave it alone. There's not a lot of value in trying to squeeze out a little more juice. What you can look at though is in analytics is you can sort your traffic by the inbound landing pages and you can kind of look for your blog content and see what the top performing pages are. I think in analytics, you can view up to like 500 URLs at a time. If you have more than that, good for you. But what you want to look at is maybe your top 50 pages. If you got something beyond that that's not performing well, what you want to do is compare your top performing pages in analytics versus your sitemap. In your website, most platforms these days have a way that you can look at your full content URL list. Take a simple spreadsheet and map it out, your top performing URLs, and then list everything from your sitemap. Then try and check and balance it and find what's left. Whatever's left, go back and look at. Is that content irrelevant? Is it outdated? Is it thin? Did you use AI? Go through and look at that content and look for opportunities. Like what you're watching so far, do me a favor and like and subscribe. I don't know which content brings you value unless you tell me. So liking and subscribing will help me know to make more of these videos, solve more of your problems, answer more questions, and help take you to the next level. Do that now. Like, subscribe, back to the video. So you probably have a lot more opportunity in releasing new content or modified content to bring that up to speed than dialing in and squeezing out just a little more of an already top performing blog post. So go through and look at that. And as you're auditing your content, do a couple other things. One is look for duplicate or similar topics. What you can do is kind of consolidate that. So maybe have like a partially written thin piece of content over here, but you also have another thin piece of content on the same topic, but you kind of talk about different things. A more consolidated, longer form piece of content is going to perform better. What you can do is I like to look at, okay, which one are you going to consolidate? Because the other issue that we want to do is as we audit things, what we want to prevent is creating broken links. Because if you start deleting thin or low value content or consolidate them, what you want to do is how do you choose which URL do you retain? What I like to do is first look if any of them have backlinks. If one of them have more backlinks than another, keep that one. Or if one of them has higher traffic, then keep that one as well. Now, if you can't identify either of those, of one having significantly more backlinks or traffic, then keep the one that has the oldest timestamp. After you delete the one and consolidate it, then make sure you add a redirect because Google probably indexed it. So even though it doesn't have a lot of traffic, you don't want to start sending signals to Google that now you have a bunch of dead pages. You also want to check and make sure if other content or blogs link to that page that you just deleted. Now, yes, you just added a redirect, but what's better than a redirect is no redirect. What you want to do is go through and let's say you have page A over here linking to page B that you just deleted that now redirects to page C. You control all those URLs. So go over to page A and eliminate the middle guy and get to the final destination of C. So make sure you add redirects in case there's any external inbound links, but get to the final destination for your internal cross-references. So the moral of the story is, like we said, don't fix it if it isn't broke. Focus on the lower performing content. Just like we've talked about in another video that I'll try and link to, is if your structure is doing well, don't touch that. Likewise, if you have top performing pages doing well, you don't need to touch those either. So focus on creating new content or combining or amplifying existing content and make it a more long form and value added.